Hey, what is happening, everybody? I am Aunt Pruitt, and this is bonus recording of everyday people doing everyday shit, not in the regular podcast feed like some of y'all are used to. Hope y'all doing well. I'm unbelievable as always. Couple things here. You'll probably notice the scene is just a little bit different because you can actually see the wonderful artwork behind me by Mr. Ozone Nightmare that you normally wouldn't see because it's up above on the wall. Well, today I am standing and trying to do this recording because, quite frankly, my ass is sore. I seriously have some issue going on with my tailbone, and I think I know what it is, and I will have it addressed. But for this recording, I'm just going to record standing up because it's just more comfortable. I'm probably going to sound like I'm out of wind because I'm standing because I'm an out of shape loser, apparently. But I wanted to do this show today as a bonus for everybody in the community. I may put this out publicly. Well, no, I will put this out publicly at some point, probably one day next week. But I wanted to do this strictly for you, our extended family and Patreon, and have an opportunity to reintroduce one of our extended family members and a friend of mine to all of you. Been trying to do this for a couple of years now, quite frankly, and finally was able to work it out because my schedule is so much all over the daggum place, but I knew this week was going to be pretty light, so I said, let me just reach out and see if they're available. And I don't care what time it is. So I literally said that to us. I don't care what time it is. If they're available, I'm going to take it. So please allow me to welcome my dear friend, Miss Tanya Wyman. I'm going to pull her up on the screen right about now. There she is. Hey, lady, how you be?
Hey, I'm great. Yeah. This is really cool. Like, I remember, like, you asked me to even do this back when you were with Twit, and like it just wasn't able to happen. So we finally got it together.
It was always something going on, be it with my schedule over here or your schedule over there, because we're in two different time zones. You're in the East Coast time zone, and I'm over here in the weird time zone behind the rest of the world. But, I'm glad we're able to work that out. I appreciate you being here. And I see folks are popping into the live chat. Good to see all of you. I see Ozone Nightmare, and I see Tanya, and I see Cinder Fractal. Hey, good to see all of y'all in here. But anyway, without any further ado, let me just dive right in and just pick your brain a little bit. If I get to an uncomfortable question, you can just say, shut the hell up. I'm not answering that. It's totally fine. But
fair enough.
I know a fair amount about you, but I wanted to get into a little bit more. So first things first, before we started the show, and this is totally off the cuff, before we started the show, you were talking about, this is my first time, being live on a podcast, and I called bullshit. No, that's not the case. Not the case. I know you from the aviation community and the Airline Pilot Guy podcast. APG, that crew, they do a podcast every week, and they do it all over YouTube live streaming with the comments and chat and so forth. And if I'm remembering right, you're one of the moderators in there?
Technically I am. Technically I do have the spanner of death where I can block people or, accept or reject any like suspicious posts. But what happened was there was one episode where like someone was complaining about that they didn't have the moderation function, and Captain Jeff, retired Delta Airlines pilot, one of my favorite people in the world.
He's all right.
He is the the Airline Pilot Guy. He is the Airline Pilot Guy. He started the podcast himself. It was a solo podcast initially, and then it grew. But there was one episode where I don't know what happened. Someone complained about something, and then he gave everyone in the chat a moderation function. So yes, I'm a moderator, but it's by default, basically.
That so sounds like him, man. Good
yeah, it sounds just like Jeff, right?
That dude. I'm just gonna hit this button and see what happens. I I love that guy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
man. But either way, you're on that show pretty dadgum regularly.
Yeah,
And
like I try to catch all the live shows if I can.
but that's the thing. You're not just sitting there watching it. You are participating. I swear you are. So
well, they love it. They love it when people like participate in the chat and become part of the community. They're so embracing. Like the aviation community is amazing.
mm-hmm.
This is how I came on that podcast. Was not came on it, but how I came upon it.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to the No Agenda show, which is co-hosted by John C. Dvorak, who I know you're acquainted with.
Yep, Mr. Dvorak and Mr. Curry.
Yeah. So they have a live stream, but when they're not live broadcasting their show, they play other podcasts on the stream that they like. And it just happened to be like I was listening to the live No Agenda, and when it ended, it went straight into Airline Pilot Guy because, Adam is an aviator and he appreciates those podcasts. So he put that in the rotation and just came up and it was like, oh, there's this super friendly voice, which was Captain Jeff. And then, Captain Nick was on the show, who's also like charming and captivating, and Dr. Steph, who you've met.
Mm-hmm.
And, the other hosts, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. So I started listening to that show through that. And when you come on and become a member of their live audience, they really notice that. And it just happened to be that they were having a New York meetup very soon after I started listening.
Yeah.
And it actually happened to be, I took a trip to Ireland in 2017, and the meetup was the day that Philip and I flew back into New York. So I was probably jet lagged, but especially like Captain Nick, he's like, you have to come.
Right.
Because he was actually still flying for
jet
Virgin
lag,
Airlines
be damned,
at that
be
point.
there.
Yeah, exactly. So he flew in that day. Philip and I flew in that day. Captain Jeff flew in that day from Atlanta. And so we just all convened at this New York bar. And it was that community is so embracing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they love new people, and they love just to share their enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm glad that I was able to catch on to that show. I still don't know how I found it, but
I recommended it to you.
So it was you that recommended it.
I think it was my fault, yes.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't remember how I stumbled on this show, but I've been hooked ever since. Now, so with that said, how in the hell did I meet you? Was it through Twit?
Oh, I think it was
years and years ago.
I think it was a new domain.
That's right.
Right for that.
Yes, that's
Gina
what it was.
And John.
That's right.
Gina is awesome.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, folks, I used to write for a newdomain.net tech blog, started up by Gina Smith, John C. Dvorak, and Dr. Jerry Purnell. Mm-hmm. And that was a freaking unbelievable experience, sort of cutting my teeth in that space of tech punditry, if you will, because I am not a journalist, never claimed to be. But it was very, very cool to be in those conversations and seeing emails from freaking Dr. Jerry Purnell. Can you imagine that?
Yeah,
just wow. I pinched myself a lot, and being able to meet other people and meet Mr. Laporte, meet all of the folks that I know with ZD and CNET and all of those folks that I know in the tech space. It started because of a new domain.
Oh, wow.
And what was crazy about it, and I'm not making this about me, but what was crazy about it was I'd show up somewhere or I'd post something and people would reply and be like, "Hey, Aunt." And I'm like, how in the hell you know me? I'm just it's just you're Jason Howell. How the hell you know me? It was literally like that, But I'm really, really grateful for that opportunity. And the stuff that we did over there on that platform. So that's what it was. A new domain. Now that makes sense.
I think that must have been it.
That makes sense. Because he was still doing, Dvorak was still doing his show.
Yeah.
While doing a new domain. Okay, that's right. As well as he was writing for other people too. I think he was still writing for PC Mag back then. I think. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because that dude, he was busy, and some of the emails I got from him, he was great. He was very, very supportive of me, and didn't have to be. I mean, he didn't have to fool with me. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was quite all right. So with that said, diving back into you, getting the spotlight off of me, we're talking about planes and tech shit. You, as a profession, spend a lot of time staring at freaking spreadsheets. How in the world did you become interested in the world of tech?
Oh, it's actually like well before anything. Like, one of the greatest regrets in my life was when I was in, I don't know if it was elementary school or middle school. There was like, and this is like, I'm just, full disclosure, I'm 55. So I was born in 1970.
Wow.
So
you look good.
When,
I'm just gonna say it.
I'm not fishing.
Just gonna say it. I think I've told you before offline. It's like, damn, Tanya, they say black don't crack, but okay, sorry.
No, it's all good. But like there was one point where it was like, oh, I got put into like the gifted people's thing, and I don't mean to like tout that. It's like whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But there was like a computer thing, and it was back when computers ran off of cassette tapes.
Oh, I remember.
It was before Apple. It was before the Apple IIe came out.
I remember.
Like the computer ran off of the cassette tape, and like you could like sign up for the classes or whatever. And I was intimidated. I didn't go for it. And I think if I went for it, I might have been like a tech maven at this point. But I didn't, like, I was intimidated. I didn't go for it. And like, there wasn't someone to like, I mean, who are you going to ask to like lead you into that? But
right.
So I didn't do it at that time. And then later on, like in the 80s, we did get like an Apple IIe at home, which was great. So I was I've always been into tech, but I never thought that I could do that as a profession. It was sort of always more like a hobby. And like, now I'm like, I look back and I'm like, no, girl, you should have, you could have gone to college and done computer science. You would have learned it. You would have been able to figure it out. But, at this point, I did try around like the early 2000s, like to get into tech, but it wasn't the right time. I did a course at Chubb, which was like a big programming school, but I didn't try to go into programming. But my mother actually was a computer programmer on the mainframe.
Wow.
She never went to college.
Wow,
but
hardcore.
She worked her way up and programmed on the Wang computer, did like, the languages I remember is like Easy Tree, and there was some other thing. It's like to do like, she worked for a bank. So she like formatted like the bank statements and stuff like that. So, but the thing is like, she was very segmented. Like she did computers at work and no computers at home. Which I can kind of understand, because I'm sort of segmented the same way. It's like, I do work at work.
She was very healthy, in other words.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. But I was always fascinated with tech. And like, I've been reading Dvorak since the 80s. Mm-hmm. Like I remember, oh my God, do you remember when he did the last page in PC Computing magazine?
Oh no. What?
And
no.
he was always like, so, oh my God, he was, and there was also in PC magazine, there was a column he did called Inside Track.
I remember
It's
that.
like Trek, he would slag off everybody. He was
I remember that.
He would cause such commotion.
That was
so
him.
funny.
That was him cutting his curmudgeon teeth, if you will. That's I remember that.
But I love that. I love curmudgeons. I'm a curmudgeon appreciator. So that was right up my alley. But yeah, the last page of the PC magazine, and it also had Penn Jillette on the last page for a while too. But
wow.
But when Dvorak he was so sarcastic. He was always the best.
Man, you could have been in the world of tech. Now, see, with that said, knowing since I know your profession, you're on the financial side of things now.
Yeah, I'm in accounts payable. I do a lot of spreadsheets.
Right. So with that said, Excel can be pretty freaking technical. It's not just a bunch of cells. Do you spend any time really digging into that side of getting the most out of it? Because everybody that I know that loves Excel, they're like no. I mean, they're like crazy power users, crazy power users. And then the rest of the people hate it. The people that love it are super duper crazy databases and all of this stuff power users, and everybody else is I just have to use it for work, and this is something somebody else passed down to me, so with you, are you at that point of the superpower user?
Definitely not.
You don't think so?
No, it's so funny. It's just okay. Philip, my partner Philip, who we just celebrated 20 years of meeting each other, which was
That's
wonderful.
Awesome. Congratulations for that.
Thanks.
If I could hit my little button here. Where's the button? Does that work? Yeah. Well, I don't know if you hear it. Congratulations for that.
Oh, thanks so much. But he's really the power user, or was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so and this is with all tech. I maintain a website for a musician friend of mine, and it's everything I do is brute force tech. It's I learned the bare minimum to get done what I need, and that's it.
Okay.
Just because I don't have
time.
Look,
I'm not going to judge you, because that's how the vast majority of American workforce is anyway. So no judgment there. Can I get this job done? Yes or no? All right. Can I get it done a little bit better tomorrow? Maybe. Just no, I get that. Shout out to the live chat. They're giving you congratulations. Cinder Fractal says congratulations. And she also mentions pivot tables. Yes. Freaking pivot tables.
I haven't done that yet.
Really?
No. I don't really need to present anything.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Because it's just getting costs into our accounting system.
Okay. All right. So you're basically...
I'm behind the scenes. Right. I'm not...
Right. So you're
on the front lines.
Basically, you just grabbing all the data to dump it into another space, basically.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. All right. That makes more sense.
And it should be so simple, but it's not. It's never simple.
Of course not.
It's people think AI can just sweep this stuff in.
Nope.
No, it can't, because what we get is garbage in, garbage out. I get shitty spreadsheets that are not formatted correctly.
That's it. That's the thing.
Have to fix it.
They're never formatted. They're never formatted. Right. Oh gosh. See, I lived on the other side from the IT side of it, taking huge spreadsheets to put into the database, using SQL and whatnot. And it was always back and forth between myself and said end user. Hey, I need this formatted in .csv. Okay,
yeah,
great.
And no matter how many times you tell them, you never get it in the right format.
.csv. I need it to be comma delimited or something. I had a whole freaking script of stuff to say to people, and they always come back with something totally out of left field. And then they be like, well, why wasn't this done yet? So yeah, I feel your pain. I feel your pain on that stuff. I don't miss any of that at all. I mean, it was fascinating to look at so much data and manipulate it and just play around with it at my fingertips, like just thousands and thousands and thousands of rows of data. That does fascinate me. And then I did have to make those stupid pivot charts and stuff like that every now and then because people wanted reports, you know. And if we didn't have a custom report in our software, then you just throw something together inside of Excel. I can barely remember how to do that stuff, though. Barely. Anyway, enough about stupid Excel. I do appreciate you being here, hanging out here with Miss Tanya Wyman, my dear friend. She's also part of our extended family here in Patreon. Excuse me. She's active on the socials. Feel free to give her a follow on the socials and interact there. It's Tanya Wyman. Let me see if I could put it up on the screen there. That way you could see it. Tanya Wyman. Check her out. She's always posting some. There you go. See, you know what you're doing. You've done this before. She's always shared some interesting stuff, and it's always nice to talk to her. Now, some more stuff to get into with you. We've already gotten into the planes. We've already gotten into the tech side of things.
This is my airline catering cart.
Oh yeah, dude. That was such a big deal for you, and it's pretty damn cool. You want to share that story? You mind sharing that story?
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, as we talked about, I'm an aviation geek, and like I always wanted, like I coveted like an airline catering cart. So for my birthday, which was this past October, I bought one for myself, it's great. It's like it's my table.
Oh god,
it's fantastic.
Hey Tanya, what do you want for Christmas? Well, Mom, I want an airline catering cart. Can you make that happen?
Thankfully, wow. With the Av Geek community, they all understand.
Oh gosh, no, I do appreciate that you dig that, and just like you said, it's a freaking table. It's functional. You found this. You found a space for it in your everyday life. I freaking love that.
And that's Central Park, right outside the window.
I'm so jealous of you. So you are right there in the heart of the city. How long you been in New York?
Since 1993. So 22 years now.
Okay, well, if it's not too personal, where are you originally from?
Oh, no, not personal. I grew up in Connecticut.
Okay.
So
it's just down the road.
Yeah, Northeast my whole life. But I mean, Connecticut is fine, but it's boring and there's no good public transportation.
It's farms.
It's like,
and farms. That's about it, right?
Once I discovered the wonder of decent public transportation, it was like, oh.
Yeah. Now, all New Yorkers feel that way. Something about public transport and not having to have a car goes a long way. So what brought you to New York all those years ago?
Oh, Guy, of course. Yeah, we had dated back in Connecticut when he was living there. He's originally from Port Washington, New York, which is on Long Island, which is close to the city.
Yeah. But
he went to college in Hartford, Connecticut. Well, actually West Hartford, Connecticut, the University of Hartford. Mm-hmm. And then when I was a teenager, I started volunteering at the FM radio station there because they accepted community volunteers. So you didn't have to be a student there to volunteer. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I met him. We dated for a little bit at that point. And then, broke up, but then it was sort of like one of these unrequited things and lost touch and then got back in contact. And by that point, he was down here in New York. Mm-hmm. So I started coming down to New York every weekend to see him and, started up the relationship again. And, and I fell in love with New York more than I fell in love with the guy, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But no. I mean, it wasn't that way. It's like, we were together and I moved down to move in with him and Oh my God, this is the funniest story.
Do tell.
When I decided I was going to move to New York, I took a week off of work from my job in Connecticut and came down and like was interviewing. And this was like before cell phones or anything.
Yeah.
So like you'd have to like get to a payphone and check the answering machine to see if you'd gotten like a message regarding a job or whatever.
Oh gosh, those are the days.
Oh my God. So I was like, going around the street in my little suit and with my little portfolio under my arm, like with my resumes in it, trying to get a job. And this is so dangerous. I really realize in retrospect, shimmy dampers. But some guy came up to me on the street with mirrored sunglasses in a suit, like looking all slick, like, and he's like, "Oh, are you looking for a job?" Like, "Yes."
No. Oh no.
I know. No. This sounds horrible, but he said, "Follow me." And now I realize how ridiculous I was in my early 20s, stupid. But I followed him, but it was legitimate. And through that contact, I got my first job at Ogilvy and Mather, the advertising agency.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, it started out just like
because that totally could have gone to a whole different ball field.
Now I know. I would never probably do. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't do that now. But
you were so trusting.
Yeah. Well,
jeez.
But yeah, so I got my first job in New York on the street.
Oh gosh, say that out loud again. Okay.
I got my first job in New York on the street.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's
But I mean, to land there, that was the most fun job I've ever had in my life. And unfortunately, I was only there for about 9 months because they paid nothing for the administrative people. Like the creative people made
Isn't it funny how that works?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's fine. I mean, I don't disparage them for. I had such a ball there. They had a bar in the lunchroom. I mean, it was brilliant. And David Ogilvy. I mean, he wasn't he wasn't there. He was in Britain, but the whole culture.
Right.
It was so great. It was wonderful.
So you're in New York, got the first job on the street. What exactly about New York that made you want to stay there? Because it wasn't because of the guy. You didn't have a job, but you knew you wanted to move there. What exactly was it?
I'll say again, the public transport was a big part of it, to be honest. Because it makes life so easy.
Oh, she just said simple pleasures of a bus.
Yeah. Well, not the bus. No, the bus is terrible.
The subway.
Subway. Yeah, subway. You want to be on a train.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And not the Long Island Railroad, because that's terrible as well. That's why you don't want to be on Long Island. You want to live in Manhattan.
Live in Manhattan.
I'm so spoiled. That's true.
Oh, gosh.
But
I hope Mr. Esposito listens to this because he's a New Yorker and I know he's got thoughts on this. Oh, my gosh. Ozone nightmare.
We're all so opinionated here. It's true. It's absolutely true. But
that's all right.
It's just no. I fell in love with the city, and let me just say that in terms of the guy, everything worked out.
Yeah, he's
married to a wonderful woman, and we're still very good friends.
Yeah,
so everything worked out in that respect. But it's just like everything about it, like the city. You have so many options, and at the same time, you can still like sit at home and do nothing as much as you can anywhere else.
Yeah.
So you just have so many options. It's beautiful. It's like people say, oh, there's no nature. It's like Central Park is my backyard.
Well, that's your only nature, though.
It's fine. It's beautiful. Like there's the north end of the park is actually very wild. It's like you're there. I mean, okay, it's manicured, but it's still woods.
Yeah.
There's still like woods up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just great. It's like the music and everything. Oh my gosh. Like the first apartment I lived in with the first guy was 82nd Street and Broadway, which is right near Zabar's, which is a very famous like gourmet store. And if anyone has watched Seinfeld and you saw the episode where H&H Bagels was featured, where Kramer worked apparently for a while, H&H Bagels was 1 block away from where I lived.
Wow.
And they were open 23 hours a day. They only closed for 1 hour. So what you would do when you were in your early 20s is you go out to see a music show.
Yeah.
See like Jeff Buckley or Joan Osborne or, whoever was playing that night. And then like I would get off the subway, go into H&H Bagels, get a bagel like fresh out of the oven, still hot. You just like shove it in your mouth. It would be so good.
That's another simple pleasure.
Like at 3 a.m.
I respect that.
It's so great.
Oh, I respect that. Now, with that said, because if someone were to ask me, I would just say you're a city girl. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
You're a city girl. So no desire to head north there in the state of New York, because there's some parts of New York the state of New York is freaking beautiful, like the Catskills.
Oh yeah.
And what's that? Like Newark Valley and all of that above Binghamton and that area, and all of the mountains and the rolling hills. None of that ever interested you?
Oh yeah. Well, the what are they called? The Palisades. Palisades were actually not that far north. Just like when the leaves change up there, it's gorgeous. Like Philip and I took a cruise up to Bear Mountain, which is not very far away. It's in the Palisades. Mm-hmm. But you go up to Bear Mountain and then and it's like the leaves are changing. They have an Oktoberfest up there. So you like climb up this mountain, and at the top you have like the Oktoberfest and the beer and the, everything, the Oompa band and everything.
Man.
And it's cool. But the thing is, like, I can go anywhere. And I do love upstate New York. It is beautiful, but I can go like anywhere. But it's always like that moment when I get back into the city, when you cross the bridge or however you're getting back, and you're back in the city, and it's always like, it's like euphoria. It's like, oh, I'm home. Like, this is my place.
So, all right. What about other cities? Would you even consider the likes of all right, I'm going to give you a couple extremes. If you had to live in another city, would you live in, say, Phoenix, Arizona?
I mean, never say never. Phoenix, I mean, I've been in Arizona. I love Arizona and New Mexico because the sky is not like that anywhere else in the world that I've been so far.
Hence, I'm giving you extremes.
Not that I've been to a huge amount of places.
Hence, I'm giving you extremes.
My gosh, New Mexico, the sky is gorgeous. It's great. I mean, I think in terms of like, if I would live,
because I mean, Phoenix is not New York. It's not a huge metro area, but it's still a city. So do you have you ever considered stuff like that? The Phoenixes, or even the weird places like Orlando, Florida,
No. I would never live in okay. Never say never, but I couldn't see myself living in Orlando.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I was actually just there earlier this year for the International Space Development Conference, which was a blast. It was
I saw you on the screen
conference
at that conference. I saw you on the screen at that conference.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes, I was, because I was watching This Week in Space, and
because
they were doing the show there.
I met Tarek and Rod.
Yep. And I saw you up there. I was like, damn, that looked like that is Tanya. And then I was like, yeah, she did say she was going.
Yeah, that was fun. That was like they had such a ratchet spot for
Oh
the
no.
podcast.
See,
No,
I
it
couldn't
was
see
like
it from my perspective, from the camera that
no,
I saw, I couldn't
they
tell.
they dressed it up pretty well, but it was basically like there was some issue where if they were going to do it from a dedicated room, it would be like $1,000 or so. There was
Yeah.
some issue with that with the venue.
Right.
So they decided to do it just from the National Space Society headquarters room,
Mhm.
which is basically like it was a room with like people working there and with like stacks of boxes and stuff. So they were like shoved into the corner of this room, and they made it look pretty nice for the camera. But
Yeah, the guy in the
like,
back with a stapler. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
oh, I didn't know that. Oh man, that's funny.
But
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
so there was about 6 of us in the audience that stuck it out, and we're like, because we showed up and we're like, this is where it's at. No, it was fun. No, and I was so glad that I was able to be there for it. But it was
Oh,
they said that if they do it next year, they do another live twist, they'll do it proper.
Cinder Fractal says she saw you in the photo too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so she watches the show too. That's what's up. Oh gosh, man. This Week in Space, I still love those guys.
Yeah.
And
I think they miss you as a producer.
and I'm still going to take credit for that show, damn it. I am.
Yes. You got them in line.
I had to whip them dudes into shape, man. Oh gosh, me and Mr. Powell, I had weekly meetings with him and Mr. Tarek. And I can remember it starting out. It was me, him, and then my boss. It wasn't Miss Lisa. It was Mr. Jerry. And we're trying to build this stuff up and figure out the flow and so forth before getting on the camera, And
Right.
and someone would pitch an idea and we're like, that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. And Mr. Powell, he bit his tongue a little bit, and I'm like, dude, trust me, you got good stuff, but try it this way, and then let's work on just getting the timing right, and let's work on scheduling the workflow with getting me what I need and getting your guests squared away, and it was literally like cracking the whip. And just
herding cats.
Yeah, and because they were not used to that type of production. They're great writers, but they're all freelance and they just sort of flow on their own kind of thing. And I'm like, I get that, but let me tell you how this is going to work. And if you trust me, this show is going to do really well. And I take credit for it.
Yeah, absolutely. As well you should.
I take credit for it. I check in on them from time to time just to make sure they're doing all right. And every now and then I'll pop in there just to rib them and give them shit a little bit too, just because, just because I can, but we'll text each other back and forth too, because we still got each other's phone numbers and so forth. Now, let me see. I had some questions I wanted to ask you. Let me fix my screen here. Here we go. Entertainment, since you are in the freaking heart of entertainment world there. I mean, it's either New York or LA, period. So you're in New York. Entertainment standpoint, what are you doing? Are you going to plays? Are you going to football games? What are you doing?
Not really sports unless I get gifted something. I mean, the only sport I'm really sort of like into of my own volition is hockey, because I grew up in New England.
Of course.
Hartford Whalers.
Of course.
Who we called the Hartford Failures back in the day.
I remember the Whalers, but then they moved to, I believe,
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Now they're the Hurricanes.
Yeah. Yep. They got a championship too.
Yeah. But I mean, if I get gifted tickets, I'll go to a sports game, but I don't necessarily seek that out. But but plays definitely, some musicals.
Oh God, musicals.
I know. It has
Jeez.
to be a special one, though, to
Spare
be
me
honest.
freaking
Like
musicals.
I don't normally. It's much more plays
Yeah.
than musicals. It's like I saw, like I like the small ones, the off Broadway ones.
Yeah.
Like there was one. Do you know the actor John Turturro?
I do.
Yeah, he's amazing. I
Yeah.
love him. I saw him in a small production recently of it's a Philip Roth play called Sabbath Theater, and we got to see him naked.
What? Oh,
He
what?
gets naked. Yeah, there's a scene at the end where he's wrapped in an American flag, and then he's just like, "Whoop."
Wow.
Yeah, but,
No FCC
I mean,
here.
it was actually like a very profound play and moving and all that, and also like Eric Bogosian, if you know who he is, like he used to do these amazing solos which are just insane. So if there's anything that he does, if he's either the writer of it, if he's, even if he's not in it, I'll go to see anything that he does, that he's involved with. And also what really surprised me is, because this is not something I would have seeked out either, but we have a friend who has season tickets to the opera, the Metropolitan Opera. And so we've been able to go, like if he can't go, well, let's say, do you want the tickets? So we've been able to go to that and have really good seats for that. And that the opera is mind-blowing, because it's like I didn't even realize it the first couple times I went, but it's not amplified. The singing and the music, the orchestra, are not amplified. It's just the like they design the room so that you can hear, and it's remarkable. It's one of the most amazing experiences. Like I would recommend anyone to see an opera at least once. And the great thing about the Met, I'm sorry, just like one more little thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I finally realized, and even if it's an English language opera, you can't really understand what they're saying because of the way you have to sing to project.
Right.
They have the captions on the back of the seat in front of you. So once I learned that, I was like, oh, now I can do this. I get to put my glasses so I can see the opera at the top and see the lyrics at the bottom. So.
Oh gosh, I got to tell you, it's probably been 3 years ago now at this point, but I was hired to video some footage for the San Francisco SFCM. I think that's what it's called, SFCM, something like that. But it's performing arts right there in the city. And so one of the assignments was some performer come in, and they did a show in it was almost like a burlesque type thing. And they hired me to video that. So I set up 2 cameras and one handheld and videoed it. And it was fun. But then the next assignment, it was a singer, an opera singer. And it was in this, just like you said, in the auditorium. And I set up at the back. This was the easiest shoot ever. But I had to show up for rehearsals first. And the rehearsal was the same day as the damn show, number one, which blew my mind. I'm like, how are you rehearsing on game day? Shouldn't you be resting up the muscles, that kind of thing? That just totally blew my mind. So I showed up for the rehearsal, setting up my stuff. And when that woman opened her mouth on that stage, and I'm at the very back of the room, when she opened her mouth, because I had been speaking to her, just like you and I, just chatting about bullshit, just chatting.
And it's like, whoa, where did that come from?
She opened her mouth, Tanya. Oh my gosh. I'm looking around like, where did that just... And she's like, yay tall, just... Oh my gosh. And I'm like, this is rehearsal? What's the actual performance going to sound like? And when it was time for the actual show and they brought the orchestra out there and I'm just getting all my stuff squared away, and the photographer was a friend of mine, so he was doing stills. And so he's walking around setting his stuff up. And then when it was time to start, it's like the mood just changed in that freaking building. Just everybody was locked in, even the audience. Everybody's just super focused. And she opened her mouth again, and just the sounds just totally blew me away. That was my first time in an opera live. You see the stuff on TV, but to experience it live, it was moving. Yeah. And I still don't know how she made those sounds come out. It was absolutely beautiful and just so amplified, so loud, you know. And just like you said, they're not in there cranking up mics. Not doing any of that.
Right. Yeah, because a proper opera is not amplified.
Yeah. And it's just, I still, to this day, I'll never, ever forget that experience, because it wasn't 5 minutes before she and I were literally just talking about idiots on Lombard Street. Just because it was right near Lombard. We were talking about idiots on Lombard, and then she started singing this. I thought it was an alien. I was like, that's not a human. Nope. That's not a human. But so how long have you been into stuff like that, into the theater and plays? And it's, I mean, you're in New York. Did you just start doing it as soon as you got there? Did you always have an interest in it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, definitely music was more like early on, and then like got more into plays and such, you know, as the years went on. But yeah.
Yeah. See, I've never really had an interest in going to plays and stuff like that. And it's not that I'm against it. It's just I'd rather go to a ball game, just like you rather go to that, you know. And I was sort of laughing to myself because in the Patreon chat thread, I put in there the band playing at a college football game. And I know nobody gives a shit about that stuff but me. I know for a fact in our Patreon, nobody gives a shit about college football like that, except maybe Miss Malika.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe Miss Malika, because she's a Texas alum. So, and they take football very seriously, you know. But
that's true.
I put that in there knowing that full well. And I was like, you know what? It's not much else out there that moves me like that, you know. But I appreciate the fact that you can go to the theater and season tickets to the opera, and it moves you the same way season tickets to the football game moves me, you know. So, oh man, sorry, I gotta calm down. I'm just that took me back. I think that was about 3 years ago, man. It's about 3 years ago. I appreciate them. I appreciate them hiring me. If I can find the video that I did of that little burlesque place or what have you, I'll put it in our Patreon, folks, so y'all could see it. But that was a fun shoot, and I remember the performer. She had lots and lots of energy, you know, just like those old school shows from back in the days, and just sort of hamming it up and flirting with the men and calling the men out. But it was a really, really good show, really fun show, something I'd never experienced, and I'm glad I did. Now, before we get out of here, one more off the wall question for you. Since I know you travel a lot.
Fair amount. not a super amount. Not enough to have status with an airline. It's so funny. We were having it was
yeah, I guess not, because that's a whole lot of traveling to get status. It's a shit ton. Yeah.
Do you ever listen to the Plain Talking UK podcast?
I haven't listened to PT UK yet. Not yet.
Okay, but they're in the whole AvGeek podcast ecosystem. Like all of them know each other.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much
Captain Nick is he deals with them a lot, right?
Yeah. Well, pretty much all of APG are going to go to PTUK 600, which is next May.
Okay.
In Duxford.
Okay.
Which is close to Cambridge, UK.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. There's a museum at Duxford that we're all going to go to. Yes, I'm going to.
Okay. Got it. Nice.
But, okay. What was I saying?
Status.
Oh, status. Mm-hmm. Yes. They were talking about various like who has what status, and I said I have paperclip status with the airline.
Well, you got more than me because I don't have paperclip yet. Right now, I have the strange look status. They look at me like, "Are you supposed to be here?" No, it's fun though. No, but again, you still travel a fair amount, so
yeah.
When it comes to the dream vacation, because you've seen a lot of different stuff. What have you had that dream vacation yet?
Oh boy! Well, I think I've had a few actually, which are have been mostly at Philip's Philip's prompting, because he wanted to go to Ireland because he's half Irish and I'm a quarter Irish. So we did this amazing Irish vacation. Went around mostly the south of Ireland. I'd love to go back and see more, because it's a wonderful country, and the food is amazing. Like people say, I mean, it's not British, but people say like that part of the world food's not good. No, everything was like so fresh and so local and delicious. The cheese.
I would think it would be great because of how everything is like localized there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fantastic. And I think one of the coolest things about that vacation is Philip had this photo of his parents in front of a castle when they had gone to Ireland, but he didn't know where it was. And I plugged it into Google Images, and we found where it was. Oh, it was Bunratty Castle. Nice. So we went there as well.
Oh, so you were able to see it.
We visited and we toured it, and it was so cool. Oh. It was so great.
Yeah, so it's hard to top that.
Yeah, it's hard to top that. And then there was another vacation we did more recently, which was he wanted to go to, his other half is German, but also straddles France, because there's Alsace-Lorraine, which is like very close to Germany.
Yep.
And that's on his mother's side. So then we did that trip, but my only ask for that trip is I wanted to start in Switzerland so that we could go to CERN.
Oh, nerd. Such a nerd. Come on.
Exactly. So
you wanted to see the collider.
Yeah. So we landed in Geneva. We went to see the particles collide. And then we
did you really see them?
No, you don't. You don't get to go underground, but we did get to go on a tour, and I got a lanyard, so now I have. That's
pretty cool.
My swag. So.
That's pretty cool. No, I give you that. That's pretty cool to be able to see that, because what was that? It's been almost 10 years now, right? With the collider. Or maybe it's been a little more than 10 years. Yeah, was it like 2012 or something like that?
I think it's been for a while. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly when.
I'm thinking like 2012 or something like that. With Mr. Higgs boson being announced. Yeah, you're such a nerd. Good gosh.
I am. Unabashedly. I mean, why else would I listen to This Week in Space?
I love. See, again, that your profession is on that financial side of things and accounts payable and all of that, but yet you listen to two crazy dudes talk about space stuff, and you don't just listen as white noise. I mean, you're like into it.
Yeah,
going to the freaking space developer conference and all of that stuff, man. That was so fun. You're so different. I'll just say that. You're so different. I used to give those guys such a hard time on that show, off the air and on the air, because I don't care squat about space. I just don't.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's I don't care much about it. The science stuff of it, yeah, there is some fascination there, but I'm not going to lose sleep about it. I'm not going to look up stuff. And we would have our meetings and they would talk about some, I just saw in the chat, Cinder Fractal. I'm correct. It was 2012. Woo! I actually got something right about science. Look at that. See? But yeah, we were having a meeting or something and I would just give them shit. I'm like, dude, don't nobody care. I said, look,
the nerds care.
I was like, nobody cares. And they trying to sell me on this and sell me on that. And I'm like, nah, dude, it's no, I'm more worried about who's playing quarterback this week. Did he come? Is he coming back from injury? Okay. Or what, you know? Well, we had fun. I love those guys. This Week in Space, twit.tv/TWIS for those that are interested. Thank you, Miss Cinder Fractal, for keeping me squared away with the God particle. 2012. Sweet. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to get up out of here because I've kept you for an hour and I know you're on East Coast time and I know you get up crazy early. And you know how I know? You know how I know Miss Tanya gets up crazy early? I'm here in the Pacific time zone. I tend to go to bed. I at least attempt to go to bed by 11 p.m. my time. So I will sometimes fail at that. And next thing I know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, my time. And my phone will ding, ding.
Oh, no.
I'm like, why is my phone dinging at 1 a.m.? Is it spam? And I look down and sometimes it is just spam emails. Other times it's someone named Tanya Wyman in Patreon. I'm like, wait a minute. It's 4 in the morning.
Brought to you by insomnia.
Like it's 4 in the morning over there. What the hell is she doing up?
I mean, I have to say, and if it's okay to say this, and if it's not too much information, I have to say,
go ahead.
Having gone through menopause and now I'm in full menopause, all of a sudden I have much more energy. It's like I get up so much earlier. But the thing is, I get up earlier and I feel refreshed. I don't feel like, oh my God, you know, I can't sleep. It's like I wake up and I'm like, woohoo, let's go.
Yeah. And that is truly a thing. Because there's some mornings when I'll get up at 5 or something like that, my time. And it's no big deal. But if I get up at 8, like I did today, I was struggling at 8 a.m. Like, why am I dragging? It's 8 a.m. Right? Oh my gosh. But if it was 5 a.m., I'll get up and I'm like, okay, I'm good. Now, granted, 10 p.m. rolls around, I feel it. But as far as getting rolling and getting started, I'm good. So yeah, that is definitely a thing. I can feel you on that. Mm-hmm. So
I just have one quick thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I did wear this T-shirt for a reason. And it says it's French.
I can tell,
but it translates into "all blood runs red."
I love that.
And this was the emblem that Eugene Bullard, who's the first Black fighter pilot,
love that,
had on his Newport 17 that he flew in World War I. And how I found out about this gentleman who is American but flew for the French for obvious reasons. Yeah. I found out about him through Captain Nick from Airline Pilot Guy when he did a plane tale on him, which is only like 17 minutes, and you can find it on the airlinepilotguy.com.
Those plane tales are pretty fascinating.
In the plane tale section. And I just became fascinated with this gentleman and how he was such a hero, such a great American hero who really is only now. I mean, of course, he's no longer with us at this point, but he's only really in recent years started and only just barely started to get the
Getting the
recognition
recognition.
he deserves.
Yeah.
And in France, he was known as like a great hero, and he had this amazing life. Like he had a bar in Paris in, in World War II, and he was a spy for the resistance because, none of the Germans thought that, he would understand German, but
Exactly.
he did because he knew like 5 different languages. And he was just like such a wonderful
prejudgment, you
person.
say?
Yeah, there you go. And there's now like a great biography of him out called All Blood Runs Red, which is, pretty simple.
I got to get you to stand up because I want to take a screenshot of that. Can you stand? Let me see that again.
Yeah.
All right, and just stand still there. 1, 2, 3. I got it. Outstanding. Yeah. I love that. That's freaking awesome. And that's another thing about you that I'm going to say here, and hopefully it doesn't make you feel uncomfortable. Yeah. But I've known you for, I don't know how many years now. It's been a while. It's been a while. And I can remember telling Phoebe about you years back. And I said, this woman, she gets Black culture as much as our neighbor. And she don't look like any of us, but she gets it. And I've always appreciated that about you. And it's not just the whole, and it's not just the whole, because I've seen this side of it too. Okay. Actually, I've lived this side of it. It's not just the whole knowing the Black culture to be seen. It's not that, because there are some white folks out there that dive into the Black culture and they start to posting and I can read right through it. I'm like, yeah,
it's cringe.
Yeah, you're not genuine with this. You're trying to be seen, and I don't get that at all. I never got that. And you've educated me on stuff that I never knew about because some stuff wasn't taught to me. It
wasn't taught to anybody.
I
mean, that's the thing. I mean, I will fully admit it wasn't until I was in my 40s that I had any sort of a clue. Mm-hmm. I mean, I am very glad that I was never one of those I don't see color people, because that's like the stupidest thing ever. But
that's right up there with my best friends are Black.
There you go. But I was completely I was completely clueless until I started listening to specifically 2 Black podcasts. Mm-hmm. And this was in like 2013, 2014. So it's not even that long ago. It was 3 guys on and the Black guy who tips.
The Black guy who tips, yeah.
Yeah. And
straight out of Kakalaki.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And what I learned, it was just like people tell you things on the mic that they're not going to tell you in public. Mm-hmm. They might tell you to your face if they trust you, but that's a long way to go. That's a long way to go to get that trust, to be completely honest. Like, but people will say things on the mic, and now, like, you understand what's really happening.
It's some folks will say it's all about the safe space, if you will, and because sometimes, and again, in my own personal experience, sometimes it wasn't even worth bringing shit up. It just wasn't worth it, or it wasn't safe to bring shit up.
Yeah. Because you don't know. You just have no idea.
Stuff turns around and bites you in the butt. The 2 of us, Phoebe and I, we've been bitten in the butt. Heck, as recent as 2020. And we had no clue, Well, let me say it this way. I'm not going to say we didn't have a clue. I shouldn't say we, I'm going to say me. I'm not going to speak for her. I thought there was some ignorance there.
Mm.
And I have no problem with people being ignorant, because if you don't know, you don't know.
Mm.
But that ignorance was false. They knew. It later revealed itself. Oh, yeah, they really know. And that was on me. And that was on her. And we moved on, So, yeah, definitely about finding the safe space and the safe time to bring things up. But we're all good because we know that there's people like you right here in this world and in our world. People like Miss Roxanne, Miss Roxanne Darling, people like Miss Cinder Fractal.
Yes.
We know that there's people like you in our world. So we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be all right because y'all are still fighting the good fight, and we're super grateful. Seriously, man. Oh, I gotta calm down, folks. I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. I see a message on my phone for an audition request. I freaking love that. So hopefully I can knock that out tonight. Thank y'all for being here in our Patreon community. Miss Tanya, thank you for being a member from day one, and supporting Phoebe and I and all of our endeavors and just being you, for real. I really appreciate that. And I'm not saying just being you far as supporting us here in Patreon, but you just been you from way back. Years. This goes way back, folks. I don't think y'all understand that. It goes way back.
And I'm I haven't mentioned Phoebe yet, but I haven't met her yet, which I'm so sad. It has to happen at some point, but
yeah,
she is just a wonderful person.
Yeah, she
has such a huge heart. She's wonderful. And I love my plantastic pothead that she made. It's beautiful. I have it,
She got you fooled.
Me every day.
So. This chick will send a message in our little chat did y'all water the plants? Really? Come on, look, dude.
Hey, the plants need to be watered.
We're not total idiots. Leave us alone about these dadgum plants that are taking over the freaking house. Jeez. Oh gosh, boy, that's another story for another day. Lord have mercy, Miss Tanya. Thank you again.
Thank you. This was so much fun.
I really do look forward to talking to you more in our Patreon chat. So Take care, lady. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, great.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for being members here in Patreon and supporting us in the community. That's patreon.com/AuntPruitt. Feel free to join the extended community for free if you want, or you can join one of the paid tiers. I'm happy to have you in there. If you're looking for a social media platform, that's, in my opinion, that's the way to go. Just go to somewhere where the community is a legit community. And right now, Patreon is that for us and our extended family. So thank y'all so much for being there. Haven't recorded episode 100 of the show just yet. I'm going to have to do it soon because it's on my head, it's on my gut, it's on my heart. I may not be able to do it exactly the way I want to do it, but I don't like the idea that episode 100 is still just sitting out there waiting, so stay tuned for that. And as soon as it's ready to roll, I will let all of you know. Thank you again for being here. And I shall see you all next time. Y'all take care.